field. Oh, trouble for Custer. And that's going into turn 2, I believe, at the bottom of the S's. What a hard hit.
Mike Harmon coming out of there.
So here he is on that curb.
Oh.
Overcorrected.
Yeah.
Right into the Armco barrier. Wow.
And that's the thing about that painted curb, you know, especially one of the things is at a road course, if that's wet, it becomes super slippery. But they're also just a little bit more slippery than the actual asphalt surface. So, you know, the tires don't hook up on paint as well. And it's also
top 10.
Justin Allgaier hard into the wall. So Allgaier, one of the drivers we expected at the beginning of the season would be running for a championship and be a competitor here at this race, into the wall.
Here. Going through there side by side is almost impossible for those guys, and you can see right there, just a difficult situation for all drivers involved, and he gets the worst of it.
Yeah, Ross Chastain just gets in so deep, he drives into the left rear quarter panel, and then I think politely said, hey, I've already spun him, so let me spin him completely out and not spin myself out. You see the contact with that tire
looking for a little payback here as they're coming through the inner loop. Out of the inner loop into the carousel. What is he going to do? He gives him a little bit of bumper. Out of the A, send him into the tire barrier right there. Payback from earlier. Ross Chastain in the fence.
I wouldn't blame him.
Junior called it. He was right on his back bumper. Actually gave him a little shove there. Too much momentum for the 4. Sends him into the tire barriers. And Ross Chastain's day is done.
Kyle Busch has caught your leader. Ryan Blaney going to outbreak him. Oh, they're going to go through there side by side. Again, you know, it's so funny to see those guys try to accomplish something that's really impossible. Trying to get in there. Oh, Kyle Busch has a problem. Kyle Busch has a problem.
Into the wall it looks like he goes just short of it. Slides all the way to the road right before the tires. Junior, you called it a problem. We saw the issue just as he came out of the...
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know.
So here he is. They're driving in. He's locked up the right front right there. Trying to get in there deep. Look. Coming over the curb, he may have broke the suspension.
Yeah, Junior, the left front, when he comes back into view, the right front looks good, but look at this left front tire. It's not going to turn. It's tipped in underneath the hood, moving all around like it broke either an upper control arm or a ball joint. You see right there, it's shaking back and forth, moving inches underneath the hood of the car.
Wow, that's incredible. You talked about it, Steve, at the start of the race. Watch him going over this bump, how violent it is. He actually drives to the left front over that bump. That shaking of going over that curb could have broken a ball joint. You see it broken right there. All that extra camber in that left front tire, not supposed to be there. That's going to end the day for that team.
It will be A.J. Allmendinger who's going to win stage 2. Allmendinger wins stage 2. Blaney finishing second.
Look at all these battles right here. Remember, the top 10 received points. Tight battle between the 11 and the 7 there to the line. It looked like the 7 might have just beat Haley to the line for 8.
And as quickly as it happened, the 66 slides. That's Tommy Joe Martins. If he can fire it back up, they'll stay green. He does and keeps going. Loses control, slides, actually makes a little contact there, but we stay green. Stop the tire coming off of Garrett Smithley, that 0. He's already been to pit road and taken care of it. But you look at this, the carcass comes off in the inner loop right in front of Dale Jr. again, it seems like.
Yeah, Rick, the carcass comes out, but it falls down in the grass until another car came through, missing the inner loop, digging up that carcass, kicking it onto the track surface, along with another piece of debris that you see laying with that tire. Some sheet metal right there. That throws it all out on the track, and certainly debris enough for yellow from NASCAR.
Yeah, that big piece of aluminum almost looks like a radiator pan. Nothing you want to hit.
They'll dive into turn number 1. No advantage between Bell and Allmendinger. Allmendinger off track. They spin behind him. The 11 of Haley goes around. Contact was made. Smoke all over the place. No caution yet. There's a lot of damage on one of the cars, though, as it sits just outside of turn one. If it can't get fired back up again, they won't be able to continue around.
Car closest to you on the screen gets put 3 wide. And then right here, Briscoe from way back gets down in there just too deep, makes contact, but funny, behind him there was another issue with the 8, the 19 spin. I think there was 3 separate wrecks that turned into 1 yellow.
There's no way at all Haley could have expected Briscoe to be there. You can see the aggressive moves. Briscoe just way deep in the corner. It's just no way Haley could expect that. Briscoe overdrove the corner, got into the side of him. So you're going to see, though, that's road course restarts, late race road course restarts. They always get crazy.
Cindric in that 22, Jeff, doing a nice job turning left and avoiding the spinning car of Justin Haley. He went from 9th to 6th on just a few sets of corners.
The big contact for Malicki was into the door of the 11 of Justin Haley. That's where all the damage took place, right there. They also caught the 19 of Brandon Jones.
Right here, you look, everything's fine, everything's fine. Never even sees it coming. The 98 of Briscoe gets him in the left rear, and then, oh, heavy contact. Guess what, Rick? This one's not going to be
inside with the 2. Allmendinger swings a little bit wide. Allgaier, and now in front of him, Allgaier trying to take the spot away, trying to take second. They fight coming in, and around goes the 20. Bell sideways. He keeps it straight. They keep going.
They all stack it up coming into turn number 2. What a move by Allgaier. Up the gut. Sliding Bell out of the way.
The crew chief made the call, brought him to pit road for fresher tires. The 20-year-old makes the final turn. He comes in front of the grandstands. He'll get his first Xfinity Series win. Austin Cindric does it at the Glen.
Hell of a job, man.
Is in the 21 or 41 right behind. Around goes Kyle Busch. The 18 spins through 1. He gets it straightened back out again and headed the right direction.
Behind Eric Almirola. He came off the end of the front straightaway to the inside of William Byron Racing for second. Kyle losing the handle on that multicolored Toyota, spinning down to the inside. But what a tip of the cap to the rest of the field to not get checked up and go tailing in when Kyle Busch loses control in turn 1.
Hey, Steve, that is a ton of grass. I wonder if they can make it this lap.
Well, the problem is pit road's closed. So if he pits right here, he's going to have a bigger issue. You see here how he got it. He straight lines the bus stop. Dale Jr., your spot on the racetrack is the popular place to have an issue. You see the 24 stays on the racetrack. One more lap to go because they're that far behind the leader who's just showing up. See Chase Elliott right here will go on to win the stage. Very uncontested.
So it's Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin will finish second. Go down to Martin Truex Jr.
Right here at the 18 of Kyle Busch. This seems harmless to me. He gets underneath the 24 of William Byron. I thought this was no harm, no foul. I don't think Kyle Busch likes it. A few laps later, he sends the 24. We saw him go through the grass. We weren't sure how he got there. He got sent by the 18.
Okay. I finished it off. Okay, coast it around. Coast it around. And if I see that 18 come back around here without you knocking the of him, we're going to have a problem.
That was Chad Canals to his driver. So then you see the damage. How did he get the damage? After the green and white checker, you see the 18 slowing down. William Byron goes up and runs into the back of him to show him his displeasure. The problem is the damage is all to the 24.
Okay, coast it around. If I see that 18 come back around here without you knocking the of him, we're going to have a problem.
That was Chad Canals to his
Run after qualifying really well. That 96 car
into the bus stop.
Absolutely. Just, again, 2 cars trying to go through there side by side. Can't really tell. I think it might have been Daniel Suarez on the outside or the inside, depending on your choice. We got a car in the tire barrier over in the carousel. The 43 of Bubba Wallace entering the carousel. I don't know how he got turned around, but he has hit the tire barrier. See if he can get his car moving here. Backing his car up. Lost the tailpiece.
Caution. They're on the final lap around the track. We look at the replay.
Yeah, he's kind of already up and backwards and sliding. Hard to say, as Dale mentioned, what got him there. Heavy contact really with both ends of the race car, the rear and the front, as those tires kind of grabbed and spun around the 43. He'll bring it to pit road to make some repairs.
This domination at Watkins Glen. He's led 33 laps. This next Time he crosses the finish line will be his 34th lap led, and that now means that he won stage 1 and stage 2. Chase Elliott dominated Glen.
We've got another crash here in the interloop. That car is backed into the fence on entry to the interloop. Pretty sure he got some help getting into the braking zone there. Gets in the back of the 13, overruns the interloop, loses control of the car. He goes flying to the right into the wall. The 13 through the grass here. Ryan Blaney's been through this grass as well with the grass on his grill. The 88, maybe a little bit of grass as well as he was following Blaney. Here's a replay of that. So the 88's behind him. That's how he's going to get the debris. The 18 also concerned, and they may have grass on their grill as well.
Oh, yeah, that 12 has a lot of grass right there. I think some has come up. The good thing for these cars.
You've seen it all in nonstop, and the crowd here loved it when Bubba Wallace got behind the 18 and turned him.
Chaos everywhere around this 2.5-mile 7-turn road course, and it started with a 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson. We know the pressure, and you see right here Bubba Wallace and Kyle Busch beating and banging down the front stretch. A big shot by Kyle Busch. Bubba Wallace says, I don't care, you're done, I'm sending you into turn 1. Listen, Bubba Wallace might have become a fan favorite with that move.
Yeah, a lot of contact here, and both drivers very aggressive on the front stretch, and then Bubba Wallace, after the 18 went by him, just decided, well, you're not going to go any further around this turn. I'm going to spin you.
Yeah, and this was the second accident in a cycle, if you can believe it.
Yeah, I mean, we remember where Bubba Wallace was turned around in the carousel. I think we know how that all started. Seems to be something going on with these drivers throughout the race.
The other incident you saw was the 48 of Jimmy Johnson got into the tire barrier.
Ryan Blaney got a little nose under Jimmy going into the carousel. Little contact was made. Jimmy stood in the throttle, hoping to stop the car from hitting the tire barrier. Was unsuccessful. Hard contact with the right front. Here's a 48 radio.
Earl, you find a spot or tell me to beat his Yes, sir.
This is the battle for the 4th position. Looking back in trouble for Austin Dillon. Coming out of turn number 1. He'll loop his way across the curve. Trying to get that car righted. He does. Now that he's got it righted, he's got to get it going. And he finally does.
Go back to turn 1 and see what happened. You see back here, Austin Dillon side by side with Ryan Newman. There's a little bit of contact around Austin went. It's turn 1, man. It's very difficult to get in there without having a problem.
The 23-year-old from Dawsonville got his first win at this racetrack and has been dominant today. He's going to win again at the Glen.
Go, boys, let's go! Great job, Alan. Great strategy.